guys, welcome back to the channel. Guys, we've got a mic now. Improvements are being made to the channel. I told you guys. Yes, I haven't worked hard enough, but there will be some improvements made. Now, I could have attached this to my shirt, but I don't know if it's too far away or how that's going to work, and I don't have enough time to be testing this stuff out right now. So we're just going to use this video as a test. For today, I'm just going to hold on to it, and then probably tomorrow's video, I'm going to attach it, see how that works out, see the difference in quality and voice, and see how everything turns out. But let's just get into the video, guys. Today's topic is being unapologetically yourself, right? And guys, I'll just use my own example, right? I'm a very polarizing figure. I've come to realize that people either love me or hate me. There's no in between, right? People are not sitting there and not thinking about me. When people have interactions with me, especially on a regular, people think. People think about me. Now, whether it's in a negative way or in a positive way, I really don't care. As long as I can occupy people's minds. And that's what being unapologetically yourself does, right? If you are just who you are, 100%, no no bullshit opinions, no being politically correct for the sake of being politically correct, then then you're going to live a comfortable life. Then you're going to live a life of content, right? At least that's what I feel. Especially when I am just who I am. Like I will share my opinions no matter how crude or how harsh they may seem to certain people. I really don't care anymore. I just don't. Because if I'm not being true to myself, then I just can't go to sleep easier. I can't go to sleep well enough, right? I feel like a hypocrite inside. And it's really helped me to filter people out of my life that I don't really want. Because if people are getting offended from everything I'm saying, you don't want those people in your life, right? Is that not true? If you need to step on eggshells around certain people, then it's better that those people leave your life. That's how it needs to be. Hence, I'm very open with the opinions I have. I'm extremely straight and harsh sometimes with the things I say because I feel like that is who I am as a person. Now, obviously, this is not an excuse for me to be a dickhead, which I can be sometimes. This is not an excuse for me to be a bad person to people and hurt their feelings. No. However, if I need to be strong and I need to be direct with someone, and I understand that they need a bit of tough love, they need a bit of criticism to get them back on track, then I will give it to them. Then I will be harsh with them. And if I need to slap someone in the face, I'll do it for their own sake because that is who I am. That is how I feel at my most genuine. That if I'm genuinely trying to help this person, I would go to any extent to do that, right? And it just works better for me in that way. People I want in my life gravitate towards me. People I don't want in my life, they hate me. I live in their heads rent free. However, they're out of mind, right? And that's just the perfect way to live. It's a bit toxic to a certain extent, but who doesn't love a bit of drama in their life, eh? But guys, that's the message. Just be yourself, unapologetically yourself. Stop being politically correct. I see so many people being, complaining about disassociating themselves from themselves, and I think one of the biggest reasons is because they're not true to themselves. They don't talk how they think. They don't express how they think, and that catches up. For how long are you just gonna follow the sheep mentality and just do what's the politically correct thing to do and say what's the politically correct thing to say and not risk getting hated on? How long are you gonna? How long will you keep that facade on for? I know I can't. It just eats me up from the inside. Even if people on the outside don't call me out on it, people on the outside may love me for for being someone who I'm not. I just can't be true to myself. And that's what this video is all about, guys. Be true to who you are. If you're not true to who you are, then who's going to be truthful to you? If you're not loyal to yourself, if you're not loyal to your own thoughts, if you're not loyal to your own emotions, and if you're not loyal to who you are, then who will be? Right? This whole thing about, be who you are and people will love you is said and it's so overplayed. However, when people genuinely do start becoming who they truly are and they start expressing themselves, they will get so much hate even for the smallest things. Now, I'm not saying be a dickhead. I'm not saying be a bad person. I'm not saying go out and let and let the bad thoughts, the ugly thoughts come out. However, there are certain opinions that you can hold which are not wrong. However, in today's society, they're deemed as incorrect for some reason, right? You can voice those opinions. You can be who you are, whether people love you for it or hate you for it. It is what it is. Like that is the kind of person you are, right? And if you do think that the things that you're saying are wrong to a certain extent, or people have disproved you, or people have corrected you, and their evidence makes sense to you, then correct yourself, right? The only way you're going to be able to correct those thoughts that you have inside your head is by vocalizing them and have them critiqued. If you never vocalize your thoughts, if you never vocalize your edgy or your controversial opinions, then who's going to critique them? And if they're never critiqued, they're always going to sit there in your head, and they're going to manifest themselves, and they're going to eat you up. You want to spew Sometimes you want to spew idiocy out there so that it's critiqued, and people explain to you why you're wrong. Sometimes you just need to express those dumb opinions that you have just so they can be corrected, because at times we're humans. We can't, self-critique ourselves to the best of our abilities, because we have our biases. Our opinions and our thoughts come from our biases, and most times we are not ready to address them, and we are not ready to critique them, and we're not ready to call ourselves out on it. But you know who will? Certain people that don't care about you, and certain people that do, who just want to be truthful to you. Those people will critique it. However, if you just keep them up here and you're not being who you are, and you're not saying what you think, and you don't hold any of your own opinions, then you're just spineless, right? If you are living your life by the opinions that the girl you're trying to impress has, first of all, you're not going to get that girl, because she's going to realize sooner or later that you're just a spineless little bitch who doesn't have any of his own opinions, and he just does whatever is politically correct, or whatever is deemed right to do by society. So that's not attractive to anybody. You have to be, you have to have some realism to yourself. You need to have some unique things to yourself. If you're just like any other person out there, then you're just essentially a robot. You're just a sheep following whatever is perpetuated to you. You have no rationale. You have no thought to critique things that are presented to you, and build your own opinions on them, right? And people catch on to that. People don't like being around that kind of people, right? So that's the first thing. And the second thing, you're just going to feel disassociated from yourself, because you're not going to be saying the things that you want to say. You're going to feel like a hypocrite within yourself. I know I do. I feel like a hypocrite when I don't say the things that I want to say, just because I don't want to offend certain people. Hey man, who cares? If they're offended, then critique my idea. Why are you offended? And if you can give me a good enough critique, and you can bring me your evidence, and I think your evidence is good enough, I will change my opinion. But if you're just going to be offended for the sake of being offended, then you can leave. You can be disassociated from my life. I would rather be disassociated from people who who don't agree with me, and who are offended by me, or who hate me, than be disassociated from myself, who I'm supposed to love, and keep at the forefront of my life, right? So that's it, guys. That's the point of this video. I hope I made some sense. I rambled on for a little bit, but I'm just excited about the new mic. Anyways, just be yourself, and until next time, I love you guys.